A young woman, wanting one final fling before getting married, impulsively picked up a man on the street and spent the night with him. The next morning, the man handed her a bank card worth $1 million, claiming it was compensation for her time. When she saw the card, she immediately realized he had mistaken her for a gold digger. She stood up, ready to confront him, but before he could respond, her phone rang. Glancing at it, she suddenly remembered today was her wedding day. She rushed to the wedding venue. The reason for her marriage went back to a year ago when she lost her memory in a car accident. An elderly man had rescued her and taken her in. Seeing how kind-hearted she was, he had asked her to marry his grandson. Out of gratitude for the old man's kindness, she had agreed. But just as she finished putting on her wedding dress, she overheard the grandfather's grandson announcing the cancellation of the wedding. This grandson was actually a billionaire CEO who had never met her. He mistakenly believed she had gotten close to his grandfather just to become a CEO's wife. He publicly declared he wouldn't marry someone with an unknown background. Hearing his words, the woman felt relieved rather than upset. She had never wanted to marry him anyway, and had only agreed to honor her debt to his grandfather. As she prepared to leave, the elderly man grabbed her hand, insisting she was the only one he would accept as his granddaughter-in-law. He pulled out a marriage certificate, revealing he had already registered their marriage. The grandfather then presented her with a bank card with unlimited funds as her wedding gift. She quickly refused, saying she had already found a job, but the old man was adamant. The next day, the woman went to her new company to report for work. As she entered the elevator, she bumped into the CEO. Upon seeing her, he assumed she had come because the money he gave her that night wasn't enough. Hearing his accusation, she immediately clarified that she had never wanted his money and was there for a job interview. She left the elevator quickly. When she arrived at the office for her interview, she discovered that her potential employer was none other than the CEO himself. She was completely stunned. Seeing that she was the interview candidate, the CEO began to humiliate her. Feeling disrespected, she announced she would leave immediately and not work for his company. As she was about to exit, a malicious female employee walked in and handed the CEO the company's recent product designs. While the CEO was examining them, the woman glanced over and suddenly had a flash of memory. The CEO was impressed with the designs, noting their similarity to those of the famous designer Anna. The woman quickly pointed out that these designs were actually Anna's work. The malicious employee argued that these designs weren't part of Anna's public portfolio, but the woman insisted they were authentic. Concerned about plagiarism, the CEO contacted Anna's assistant, who confirmed the designs were indeed Anna's work. The CEO immediately reprimanded the malicious employee and ordered an investigation into the plagiarism. The CEO then became suspicious of the woman's identity, finding it unlikely that an ordinary person would recognize Anna's unreleased designs. He promptly offered her a position in the company's design department. Though she initially wanted to refuse, when he offered a monthly salary of $100,000, she immediately accepted. After she left his office, the CEO immediately sent someone to investigate her background.